Rise and shine, family. Listen closely. There's a silent war on our minds and our relationships. We are in the midst of a war, a silent attack on our minds, our culture, and the very fabric of our relationships. The battlefield is not one of bombs and bullets, but of ideas and values broadcast into our homes every single day through daytime television. Shows like Maury, Paternity Court, and many others. They're not just entertainment, family. They are weapons of psychological operations, psyops designed to undermine the very principles that hold our families together. These shows thrive on drama, pain, and humiliation of those who stand before the camera, us. But what they truly do is far more damaging. They filter and manipulate the truth, highlighting the sensational and ignoring the crucial. And in doing so, they reshape the way we understand relationships and responsibilities in those relationships. Let's take paternity court, for example. The courtroom is filled with men who have been summoned to prove the paternity. And what does the judge do? She admonishes those men for not wearing a condom, for not vetting the woman properly. Half truths, because where's the accountability for the woman? This is a courtroom designed to determine who the father is. Yet, the accountability is placed entirely on the man. What's the real issue? It's that this woman has had multiple partners and cannot identify the identity of her own child's father. But this is glossed over and ignored. She is not told that she needs to know who she's been with, that she needs to understand her own body and its cycles. She is not held to account for the fact that she is the one who carries the child. Therefore, this comes with the responsibility to ensure that she knows who the father is. Instead, these shows make excuses, they coddle, they offer sympathy, where they should be offering accountability and teaching. And when the results come in and the man finds out that he's not the father, after being deceived, when he celebrates the relief, they break him down, telling him he cannot rejoice in his relief. But when a woman wrongly accuses a man of being a father and it turns out that he is not, there's no reprimand, there's no acknowledgement of the harm she's caused, the deceits that she's put him under. Instead, they offer her comfort as she is the victim. This is not justice. This is not truth. This is manipulation on a grand scale, family, designed to warp our minds, understanding, and what it means to be a man, a woman, or a parent, husband or wife. It breaks down the respect that we should have for one another in these relationships, and it undermines the very moral compass that should guide our actions. Now, many people today lack a moral compass. Now listen, for them, right and wrong are decided by what society deems acceptable. These skewed narratives have become the moral guide for millions, family. While parents are at work, their children are at home being indoctrinated by these shows, not learning about what relationships should be. We got to take a stand, not by simply boycotting these shows, but by actively teaching our children the truth. From birth, we must instill in them the values of respect, responsibility, and standards in relationships. We must teach them why it's important to know and understand our own bodies and responsibilities for our actions, and to avoid the manipulation that is so rampant in today's world. A woman who finds herself unsure of who the paternity of her child is, she must understand this is not just about her. It's about the child who deserves to know who their father is, family. It's about the men who being drugged through the mud, accused of fathering children that they did not father. It's about the very future of our society, which is being eroded by these lies and manipulation. Did you know 4 out of 5 men who test for paternity discover they are not the father? Let that sink in. Families are being ripped apart. Men are being driven to unaliving themselves, all because of the lies that are allowed to fester. If we all were to conduct a paternity test across the world today, the results would blow our minds. Our family trees would be messed up. We're at a crossroads, family. If we do not take control of this narrative and teach our children the truth, then we are dooming them to a future where deception is the norm, where relationships are built on lies, and where the legacy of our children and families are utterly destroyed. It's time to wake up. It's time to fight back. And not with violence, but with knowledge. Not with anger, but with truth and discipline. We must be the one to teach our children the truth about relationships and how they're supposed to work, how to respect one another, yourself, and why it's essential to have standards and responsibilities, family. It's a silent war on our minds, family, and it must end. And it begins with us standing up. And here's the crazy part. Do you know why they do this, family? This deceptive, manipulative entertainment? Do you know why? Do you know why they cover up all these issues that are clearly in front of us? They do this for ad revenue, for their own monetary gain. They know that women are their majority listeners and supporters, so that because of this, they would not tell them the truth for the fear of losing their viewership. That's pathetic. They're destroying our home so they can make $1. Are we going to allow them to do that because it soothes our egos? Are we going to continue to overlook these issues as if it's not destroying the very world around us? If you have a brother, a son, a father, or uncle, if you care about men at all, stop being biased and unfair. If you care about women, stop being biased and unfair. This could happen to any of us. These children that's being lied to about the paternity of their parents are girls too, they're boys too. We got to stand up and be righteous, family, or be doomed to live in a corrupt world. A Truman Show, a world where your father is just handpicked for you, not through any type of fact, but based on the idea that she liked him more or he had more finances. You deserve to know who your father is. And through these lies and manipulation, legacies have been destroyed. Again, if we all took a paternity test, our family history, our family trees as we know it, would be utterly destroyed. Now, coming from something like slavery, many of us don't know who our grandparents are and great-grands are. But what if I told you, even if this never happened to you, the fact that this is 4 out of 5, and this is at a time where we actually can test for this, shows that there's been lies that's been told for a millennia. So yeah, your father may be your father, but is his father his? That grandfather you love, is that really your grandfather? All the way down the line, lies could have easily been told. We should care more about our futures, family. We should care more about our legacies. Stop allowing people to lie to us. Stop allowing these shows to deceive us and act like these things are not inherently wrong. That they are not destroying how we treat each other, the respect that we have for each other, the trust that we have in each other. Mothers, babies, fathers, maybe. If she is pregnant, it is on her to let those men know that they may not be the father. She's the one who knows she messed with multiple people. Let them know, take responsibility for your actions. Why are you telling one man with no doubt it's his? There's been nobody else, only to be proven you a liar. You're deceptive, you're evil, you're a demon. Because you're not just lying to him, you're lying to your child, you're lying to your mother and father, his mother and father, the grandparents and all. Now listen, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done. We look in the Bible where it says stone people for things like cheating, for lying. You say, well, that's harsh. Can you imagine deceiving a whole family into believing the child is their legacy and watch them pour out their hard-earned work and money to make sure this child is taken care of and it's not even kin to them? What type of nasty work you think that is? So you got to imagine that archaic people who were trying to stop this manipulation, this witchcraft, they would create laws that are very harsh, not because they want to harm people, but so they can curb this horrible act. You know, back in the day, they would chop your hand off for stealing. That's a little harsh, right? You got 2 times to steal something. After that, you're stealing donuts and spare tires. But that has to be harsh, so they'll stop. Stealing cut down. So if you're lying out here, you should have to lose rights to your child. That person should get rights to that child. The actual father should get first dibs on the rights of that child. And you should go to jail. Paternity fraud. There needs to be harsh punishments for these type of actions. It's likened to grape because it's not about power and domination. It's about control, manipulation, and not giving another person their choices. Deceiving a man into believing that he is a father is nasty work. Let's all stand up to prevent this. When it happens to your son and you're a grandparent to a child that ain't yours, then you'll understand. Girls get lied to. It's not a man and woman thing. Let's stand up for the children. Peace.